Hello, welcome to this Linq to SharePoint 2010 tutorial. This is part 1, introduction, starting the project. I'm Serge Luca, SharePoint MVP, working for Devoteam Belgium and Devoteam Luxembourg, where I teach SharePoint 2010 course. The Linq to SharePoint provider is one of the most interesting part of SharePoint 2010. Indeed, it is no longer necessary to compose camel queries, except sometime in the new client object model. The provider translates your Linq queries into camel statement that will run in the content database. There is a new tool, SP Medal, that generates an object-oriented interface over the content database. Now, in SharePoint 2010, list joins are supported in camel queries. Linq syntax can also be used without the Linq to SharePoint provider. Indeed, there are many classes in SharePoint 2010 that implement the IEnumerable interface, among others. This code and PDF file can be downloaded from my blog, http://sergeluca.spaces.live.com. This is part of the Devoteam SharePoint 2010 course that I teach for Devoteam Belgium and Luxembourg. Okay, let's go to a website. And here I have 4 lists: countries, categories, product and suppliers. Product has several columns like product ID, product name, unit price and category, which is actually a lookup to the category list. And category has a name, an ID. There are 3 categories here. And if you go to product list settings, you will find the lookup here. Category is a lookup to the category list, and I grab the category name here. Okay. Now let's go to suppliers. Suppliers as a lookup to a country, so suppliers come from one country, and a lookup to product, and suppliers can provide several products. So that's a kind of many-to-many, because a product can be the same product can be provided by several suppliers. This is a country list for countries, quite simple. Okay. So now let's create a project. Visual Studio 2010 Beta 2. Let's create a console application. This console application runs on the same computer as SharePoint, just to test Linq for SharePoint. And the first thing you need to do, so let's name the project SP Linq Lab. The first thing we need to do is to change the project property, so the platform must be any or 64 bits, because SharePoint is a 64 bits application. So using any is better. Platform target, any CPU. Now we need to reference SharePoint DLL, so Microsoft.SharePoint DLL for the object model. And for Linq to SharePoint, we need the Microsoft.SharePoint.Linq. Okay, good. So the next step is to generate classes for our list, and so type classes. So we can do this by using the SP Medal utility provided with SharePoint 2010. In the 14 bin folder you'll find SP Medal. So let's run this tool against our website. A set of classes will be generated. So let's change the current directory to Linq Lab, SP Linq Lab. And now let's run SP Medal. So the web option for your website URL /code and linkdemo.cs, which is the file that's going to be generated here. I will describe this file in a moment. So let's go. The file is being generated, And now we can add it as an item in our Visual Studio project. So let's go with Visual Studio, add a new item, existing item, and let's grab Linq demo. Okay, so here we go. Good. So several classes have been generated, like Linq demo data context, which is a kind of wrapper around the data context, very similar to the Linq data context. And for each list we have a property, so product, suppliers, countries, categories, a nice constructor here. Let's take a look at the product. So this returns a pointer to a product list. So the same code can be used for other lists. And it's actually it returns an entity list of products item. So products item is also a generated class that I will describe in a moment. The other classes are product item, suppliers item, item, categories item. Item is for the country. I haven't changed the schema, so just get item. There is only one column title. Let's take a look at the entity list class. So it's a nice class because there is implement iQueryable and iEnumerable. So that's very handy for us, because we will be able to use the Linq operators now. Let's take a look at the for instance, product item. So this define our product columns, and we have one property for each column: category, product ID, product name, suppliers item, unit price. So even for the lookup we have a property for that. That's very handy, very nice. Okay, for categories item, pointer to product. We can have several products in the same categories.